Hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Officer Adda 24/7, the special session of your BRBL subject in the English medium language. First of all, tell me my voice is audible and the screen is visible to all of you so that we can start our session. Okay, so guys, as you can see here, this is CAIIB June 2026. Okay, so we have to complete SARFAESI Act today. Right now we have just completed the 4th chapter, so this is your 5th one. The 5th one is basically of your SARFAESI. So what exactly the full form of SARFAESI? It's a Central Registry of Securitization and Assets Reconstruction Security Interest of India. So what is the basic purpose of SARFAESI? So the basic purpose of SARFAESI is simply, if we can see the example, suppose if borrower take loan of 30 lakh from the bank and borrower have given the immovable property, that is land, as a security, so that land have to be registered under SARFAESI. So the bank will refer this case to the SARFAESI. SARFAESI always established under the guidance of the RBI. Why a registration of security is required? So that the borrower cannot use it for the any other purpose. So that is the only reason. Okay, so here first of all you have to just learn the full form of SARFAESI, because full form is also much required. Okay, so that is the only reason that why we need a registration of under SARFAESI. So this is set up. Okay, this is set up by the central government on March 31st, 2011. SARFAESI shall be maintaining and operating the central registry for and on behalf of central government. At present, the particulars of transaction charges required to be filed with SARFAESI by bank and FI. The charges will be effective from the date of registration of charge with SARFAESI. Registration under other applicable law will continue. All transaction and creation of security interest need to be noted. Modification and satisfaction also need noting in prescribed form with payment of fees and within the stipulated time. That is important. Done? Then class question we will do the question. After coming into operation, the provision relating to central registry, the bank FI will have to register all security interest created in the assets. That is true and false. So here, this is absolutely the true statement. Okay. After coming into operation, the provision relating to central registry, the bank and FI will have to register all security interest. Absolutely yes. The period stipulated in the Act for recording the satisfaction of security interest is how many days from the date of such payment and satisfaction. So is after is the blank is there. So you have to tell me within how many days this thing have to be done. So this is class 30 days. That is important. Within 30 days, that is important. Done? Okay. Duty to report satisfaction of charge to the central register is on creditor or on the borrower. That is so simple. So class, this is basically on the creditor. Beside the SARFAESI Act, some other laws require some registration of charge created in the property. Is such double registration is avoidable? Tell me class. The answer is no, because registration under SARFAESI as well as any other applicable law will have to be made, as the SARFAESI Act is not substitution of any other law. So B will be the right answer. Okay, now class, contravention, attempt to contravene or its abatement is the offense under the Act which is punishable as per its provision. However, cognizance is required taken only on the receipt of complaint from appropriate authority, and only a metropolitan magistrate or judicial magistrate of first class, okay, has power to take cognizance and try the offense under SARFAESI. The statute determines the adjudicating authority who may impose penalty for various contravention. Exactly. And we can also appeal to the appellant authority. The appellant authority usually designated as such by Central Board of RBI. So Central Board of RBI will designate or will appoint the appellant authority. By the order, stay the enforcement of the order passed by adjudicating authority. It means it's a discretionary power of the appellant authority whether he can dismiss the appeal, he can just stay the order, or whatever, it's a choice. Appellant authority appointed by what? Yes, class. So this is basically RBI is the right answer. Okay, RBI. Can honorary magistrate take cognizance of the offence under the SARFAESI Act? Can honorary magistrate, okay, take cognizance of the offence under SARFAESI? The answer is no. Okay, now the Act is applicable to security not in possession of the creditor. We have seen the list of security to which this Act is not applicable. Contravention of the provision of this Act is provision. Contravention means if you not follow the rules and regulations, then that is punishable. That is punishable. So Act has dealt with the situation for offences committed by individual, partnership and company. So Borrower can be individual, partnership, and the company. By debarring the civil court or any other authority for jurisdiction for giving injunction, etc., the implementation of the act is made effective by removing the legal hindrance which otherwise the borrower can bring. We have also seen how and when the act has the overriding effect. Overriding means basically, suppose with the same matter class, if we can see if there is a dispute between suppose TP Act and SARFAESI, so which act will prevail? That is also a big question. So basically SARFAESI Act always prevail. The Act has also provided that the provision of the Limitation Act is applicable for the action under this Act also. The central government has power to make rules, and always remember, whenever the central government is making the rule, it have to be passed by the parliament. It has to be passed by the parliament. Okay. Yeah. It shall not apply to such class. It means it is totally in the hand of central government. It's a discretionary power that whether it shall apply to such class and class of bank or FI. Okay, that's it. That is cool. Now, the central registry has been set up, and the provision relating to registration required under section 21 to 27 is made applicable. The chapter also dealt with the power of central government to remove difficulty that may arise giving effect to the provision of the Act and about the amendment. That is important. For challenging the action initiated by secure creditor against defaulting borrower under SARFAESI, the borrower can go to the civil court for injunction. So class, the answer will be false. Okay. Can the bank take action under SARFAESI Act against deposit under lien with it? Lien is basically the holding power, and lien is basically given in the Indian Contract Act, the specific lien section 170 and the general lien section 171 of the Indian Contract Act. So can the bank take action under SARFAESI against the deposit under lien? So this is no. Because if there is a particular act, SARFAESI Act will not apply. Are hire purchase lease contract covered under the SARFAESI? Hire purchase and lease contract covered under the SARFAESI? The answer will be no. Okay, now after the bank notice a defaulting party has paid within 60 days a substantial amount and the present due are 15 lakh, which is 15% of the claim amount. So can bank proceed to take possession of security? That is so simple. Because we know that the SARFAESI Act will apply where the amount is more than 1 lakh and 20% of the principal amount and the interest, more than 20%. So I have just given you the hint. I have just given you the hint class. So for this one, the answer is no, because I have already told you the exact reason. If some point the provision of TP and SARFAESI is different, so which act will prevail? It means which act is superior. So class, but obvious, SARFAESI Act will prevail. Can the bank proceed to take possession of security after 4 years of the cause of action? It means suppose today the cause of action taken place and the bank have filed the case after 4 years. So is that possible? So here class we have the answer is no, because after 3 years, within the 3 years, the bank have to file the case. Provision of SARFAESI is applicable to which of the following? Tell me class. Provision of SARFAESI will apply to which of the following thing? So class, security charge to this. So because in pledge, in mortgage, in this, it will not apply. The SARFAESI will not apply. So that's why this is the right answer. So when do the rules framed by the central government under the Act get valid? When do the rules framed by the central government under the Act get valid, class? Tell me. When both House of Parliament approve the rule frame. Okay, both House of Parliament means Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha. Then in last unit class, we know that this act has been amended in 2013-2016, which plugged the gap in the statute fell during implementation. These amendments include, as an addition to section 26, deal with the various issues such as ratification of errors during registration. It means these are the things which is changes. Priority of the secure creditor, registration of security interest in central registry. Okay, so many things. So because we know that no act can be stable, it have to be amended. The question is, central government may extend the time for registration of transaction of security interest and securitization or assets reconstruction or modification or satisfaction of maximum period of 30 days only. So here class, this is the false statement. The income tax department considered attaching the property in Jammu Kashmir belonging to X for recovery of tax due, is such attachment order required to be filed with the central registry? See class, in 2019, in 2019, the act has been amended, okay, in 2019. Now class, every act will apply to the Jammu and Kashmir also. So that's why this is the yes statement. Because under Article 370 of Indian Constitution, we have given the special weightage to the Jammu and Kashmir, but after 2019 of certain amendment, we have just removed this point. Okay, now, where security interest upon any property in the favor of secure creditor is filed for the purpose of registration, the claim of such secure creditor holding attachment order shall have priority over any subsequent security created on such property. This is true and false. That is yes. Recovery of tax by government department will have a priority even after registration of security interest by secure creditor. That is false. That is wrong statement. So class, that's all for today's, and I hope so you people understand the SARFAESI. That is very much important. So guys, we have a new batch, that is Officer Pro 2.0 batch, okay, of 2026. That is important. Then we have a previous batch also. So the foundation batch basically contains the live classes, recorded session, PDF, chapter wise questions, ebooks, mentorship, etc. And this is my Telegram channel. You can please scan the channel, come in my channel. You can just ask your doubt, because in Telegram I always send the YouTube sessions. Okay, then we have a CAIIB test series, as you can see here. Okay, then we have ebooks also here. Okay, then we have proper books. We have a CAIIB Mahapack. So right now in CAIIB Mahapack, the triple validity is going on. You can see here. If you purchase it for 15 months, apply the coupon code Y391, you will get 81% of discount. And if you want 1% more discount, so you have to download the Adda app in mobile. Through mobile, if you purchase, you will get 82% of discount. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much.